After nearly 4 full days of deliberations, the verdict is now in. Cardinal George Pell was found guilty of sex abuse. The Melbourne Court's decision actually came down on Tuesday, but because of a media blackout at the request of the prosecution, details were prevented from going public. Due to leaks, we now know that an Australian jury voted unanimous guilty verdicts on 5 charges related to the abuse of 2 choir boys in a Melbourne cathedral in the late 1990s. Pell currently is the Vatican's finance chief and the highest-ranking Vatican official to ever go on trial for sexual abuse. After being charged in June of 2017 by the Australian police with historical sexual assault offenses, Pell left Rome.
The Holy Father, having been informed by Cardinal Pell, has granted the Cardinal a leave of absence so he can defend himself,
vowing to return home to clear his name.
I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me.
A mistrial was declared earlier this year after a jury couldn't reach an unanimous verdict. What we don't know at the moment is who is paying Pell's legal tab, likely to run into the millions of dollars and more, considering a second trial relating to different charges will take place early next year.
We all want to try to make things better, actually and on the ground, especially for the survivors and their families.
Before the accusations became public, Pell spoke out against sexual abuse and even met with survivors, as he was frequently in the position to do so. He rose through the ranks of the church in Australia, eventually being appointed as the Archbishop of Melbourne in 1996. He was appointed Archbishop of Sydney 5 years later, and in 2014, he became the Secretariat for the Economy at the Vatican. Pell's term of office at the Vatican ends in August, and it's unclear what will happen next. The sentencing date for Pell has been set for February 2019. He will be taken into custody on that date, and an appeal is expected. It is important to note the conviction of another Australian Archbishop, Philip Wilson, for not reporting abuse was overturned by an appeals court.